And you can place a folded blanket underneath your seat. And then you can just come into Sukhasana or easy seated. Bring your hands to your knees, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then down your back. Try to stay lengthened through your spine, the crown of your head. And when you're ready, you can begin to relax your eyes closed. Begin to notice your breath just as it is. Notice the length of your breath. Whether it's relaxed and pretty lengthened, or if it's a little weak and thready and short. And then bring awareness to your belly and your chest. And notice when you breathe if you are breathing with one or the other, or both rise with your inhale and start to come back towards your body on your exhale. Start to shift your awareness to your mind. And just observe what's going on there. Observe if you have a busy monkey mind. Or maybe it's the opposite and it's relatively quiet. And not really trying to change anything there. Just becoming aware of what's happening in your mind. Start to move your awareness to your physical body. And notice if there's any tightness in a particular body part, or if you're holding, so it's a clenched muscle, or notice your hands, your shoulders. Even your jaw. And if you're not sure if it is a spot that you are holding, maybe take your hands and start to create a fist and clench and allow that to draw all the way up your arms and into your shoulders. Start to shrug your shoulders a little bit towards your ears. And then on your next breath, let that go. Relax your fists, your shoulders. Focus on your breath. On your next breath, bring your chin to your chest. Exhale out. And then mindfully start to set an intention for yourself. Whatever that may look like to you, can form an affirmation and start with I am, and then fill your blank in. And that could be as simple as something as I am here. I am present. And just begin to say that affirmation to yourself. I am here. I am here. And maybe if you're not able to think of something, something that you want to change about what's been going on, either mindfully, physically, mentally, or emotionally, maybe it's just observing what needs to shift. So you can bring in the mantra Sat Nam. And then you just, on your inhale, you mindfully say Sat. And on your exhale, Nam. And then this is my identity is my truth. Being honest with yourself, showing up for yourself, being present for yourself. Remember, you can come back to that mantra anytime your mind thinks that it needs to go over a to-do list, or maybe something you forgot to do today. There's no worries. You just concentrate and breathe and bring in that mantra Sat Nam, or your affirmation if you have formed one. Start to bring movement into your body. Start to lead your chest forward and just create small circles. Shift your shoulders and your torso to the left and then to the back. When you're ready, you can start to blink your eyes open, shift to the right, and then to center. And it's just then evolving into circles. And you can keep those as small or as big as you would like to make them. Make sure you connect your sits bones that lie in your glutes to the ground. And my floor is creaking right now, so if you hear some kind of weird creaking noise, I apologize. And then when you're ready, you can begin to circle around to the opposite direction. Making your circles smaller until they're almost non-existent. Placing your folded blanket to the side for when we need that next. Shift your body into tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Drop your belly down, lift your gaze and lift your tailbone. Exhale, round at your spine and take your gaze down between your hands Or if you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can take your gaze between your knees and round even deeper through your navel and your spine. Inhale, drop your belly down into cow. Exhale, round into cat. Take a few rounds, starting to really just start to sync your breath with your movement. Last full breath here. Flat back or neutral spine. Bring your blocks so that they are underneath of your palms. Place your palms on top of your blocks. This is going to lift through your heart and the front and the back of your heart. Start to tuck your toes and lift through your glutes and start to send them straight towards the ceiling into down dog. Bring a bend into your knees for modification. Notice your ears and your shoulders. If your shoulders are pulling into your ears, pull your shoulders down. And then take your gaze between your feet. Just a few breaths here. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Create a seal onto your lips. And then start to walk your feet towards your blocks so that your feet eventually come underneath your hips. Flip your blocks so that they're all the way straight up. And then your palms can press into your blocks. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Take your gaze forward if it's possible. Relax your shoulders down. Exhale, forward fold. You can bring your blocks all the way back down again. And if you need to get even more modified, bring a bend into your knees and sink your seat down with your knees. Inhale, half lift. Bring the blocks back up. Really engage to the crown of your head. Lift. Exhale, forward fold. And one more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then bring your hands to the back of your heels. When you're inhale, start to travel your hands up the back of your thighs. Tuck navel into spine. Round your arms up above your head. And exhale at your heart. Ground through your feet. Make sure your feet are underneath your hips. So about a hip width distance between your feet. Lift your toes and then lift your heels. So you have an even distribution, about 50% into both feet. Shoulders just roll back down your back so your palms are forward in Tadasana. One more breath here. And then stepping to the center of your mat, bring your chair so that's just in front of your mat. Just want to kind of give another option to down dog. So same thing goes. We want that big step back. So with it being sideways, it's a little different because I'm not on my mat, which, okay, this is probably the best for you to see. My hands are the top of my chair. My palms are completely on the chair. I'm going to bring my feet hip width apart, and I'm going to bend into my knees. I'm going to send my head in alignment between my arms so that my ears are framing my arms. Still pulling my shoulders back and down my back. So this is just another modification, and it's a little easier too on your neck and back. Take a breath here. Maybe really notice the difference between the two modified versions that we just tried, you know, on the blocks, the chair, compared to the actual, you know, just hands on the mat and you're on into down dog. Which one do you prefer in this moment, here in the now? On your next breath, start to sink your palms or your weight back into your palms, step your feet back underneath your hips, and then get a little rock left to right, you know, so that you're distributing your weight to both planes of your feet. And then round your hands from the side all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to place, we're still going to be on the center of our mats here. Place my blocks in front of me. Start to step wide between your feet. So your feet are significantly wider than your hips, okay? I have a bend into my knee for modified, and my blocks are underneath my hands. So I have them so they're not straight up, but to the side. On your next breath, work the crown of your head, bend at your elbows, work the crown of your head towards your mat, so that's just hovering above your mat. Allow all the weight distributed into your feet and your hands to evenly distribute so that you feel balanced on both sides. And check your breath. Make sure you're not holding. And then lengthen through the crown of your head, through your spine. Stand your blocks straight up. Flat back. Start to step your feet back underneath of your hips. Blocks come to this side and then come back down onto your mat. So with your strap, or in my case, I didn't have my strap handy, so I'm going to use my scarf. My scarf is not connected, but it's an option to be able to tie my scarf. I'm going to pull essentially your strap, you're going to pull your strap behind your lower back. Place the bottoms of your feet together into Bakasana. And then wrap your strap below your knees, around your knees. Fasten your strap or tie your scarf as tight as you're able to with your knees so that they're still opened up. So your knees aren't all the way up, they're relaxed down. If I can. There we go. And if you want extra support, you can place your blocks underneath your knees. I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit tighter. There we go. And then you do have the option if you have a bolster or a pillow. If you have a bolster, I would resort to a pillow because it's less hard. And I just want to lift a little bit through my seat. Not too significantly, just so that I'm able to rise through my spine. There we go. So right beneath the kneecap is you probably can't see because my pants are blue and so is my scarf. Right beneath the kneecap is my scarf and it's tied. Relax your shoulders down your back. Try to keep your heart pulled forward. Take your chin, pull it forward, and then tuck your chin back so that your cervical spine is in alignment with your, your thoracic spine. And allow this restorative Bakasana to support you in all the ways you need to be supported in this moment. You can take this opportunity to start to deepen your breath. Allow your belly to puff out like a balloon. Exhale, allow your belly to come back towards your spine. And if you feel relaxed and confident in your breath, allow your breath to come back to its natural cadence. And then you can start to bring your attention to how you feel most supported in your pose. So you don't necessarily need to think of the physical aspects of being supported. You can think of mindfully. You can think of spiritually. Or maybe even emotionally. On your next breath, if your eyes are relaxed, closed, start to open them. And then, just a disclaimer, if you are menstruating, try to lessen your twist as much as possible. So from here, and what I want you to do is extend your arms right in front of your shoulders. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale your arms to the left side of your body. Now, like I said, if you're menstruating, it's a very gentle twist. We don't want to create more flowing of the menstrual period, or we don't want to, as far as cramping, we don't want to intensify those. But if you are safely to say you are not on your menstrual cycle, you can come into a deeper twist. Place your right hand to the outside of your left knee, and your left hand just falls back behind your sits bones, and relax your shoulder down. And then inhale on your current seated twist. Exhale, arms back to center in front of your shoulders. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the right, to your right. And so maybe even listen to your body. If you are not menstruating and this twist is still aggravating you, listen to your body and only go, quarter of the way, maybe even 10%. On your next breath, inhale. Exhale, arms to center. Place your hands down onto your shins. Start to unravel your scarf or your strap. Place that to the side. And then you can keep your seat gently lifted with your pillow or a blanket. So you could also use, so I have a smaller blanket that I have folded into quarters. You can place that underneath your seat too. Bring your blocks to both sides of your legs. Take the inside of your left foot, bring that into the inside of your right thigh. And then just notice if the cushion underneath your seat is helping you or it's not really making a difference. Inhale, lengthen through your spine to the crown of your head. Exhale, begin to take your peace fingers and place them into your right hip crease. Fold forward. Take your block above your knee. And then rest. So take notice on your back. If you're really starting to curve with your back, stop yourself and then adjust your block. So I have mine up. If I have to turn it to the side, I'm significantly bending into my spine and I can totally feel it and it hurts. So I'm going to the tallest end of my block. And then place my chin, rest my shoulders down, and my hands just go into my mat and my chin is into my block. Bend your knee for modified, so we don't want to lock that knee out completely. But if you do need more of a modification, you can roll your blanket. So I have a small blanket, it's folded. And then from here, I'm just going to roll it lengthwise like so. and then place that just underneath my knee. Make sure your left foot is over top of that too, not underneath. And then try again. So lengthen through your spine. Make sure your right toes are flexed and pointing up. Fold forward. Again, make sure this block is not on top of your knee. And then just observe your breath. Allow your body to come into the restoration part of this movement medicine. And I did want to offer too, and I can definitely show this on the other side. You can still take your strap and tie it around your back, and then tie it so that it comes underneath your knee, so that you're pulling your sacrum, your lower back in, and it's completely supporting you. Because sometimes in this position, it can tend to pull on the lower back, and that's your contraindication for a lower back issue with this pose. So if you have lower back issues, that would absolutely support you. Take another breath here. Exhale out. Engage your navel towards your spine. Gently roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders down your back. Extend your left leg forward. Bring your right bottom of your foot into your left thigh. And then I'll show you what I meant by the strap and the scarf. So I'm going to tie this underneath the crease of my knee. I'm just going to let my knee hold that into place because I have a bent knee, so it's not locking it out. You can place your block just above your kneecap. Draw your shoulders down. Inhale through the crown of your head. Exhale, start to fold forward. Rest your chin on top of your block. Then your hands just rest down into your mat, into the floor. And then just observe if you decided to do this strap, if it takes any extra tension off of your back. I know it is for me. Check your shoulders. Make sure they're not shrugged into your ears or your throat. Relax all the way down. And just remember, you can always bring in that mantra, Sat, on the inhale, and Nam on the exhale. And really understand the meaning of, truth is my identity. Do you allow yourself to believe your truth? So in this position, is this extenuating to you, or maybe the extra support of your strap is really helping. Is that your truth? Using the extra support, modifying and allowing the restore pose of the props to help you assist in yoga. On your next breath, press your hands into your mat and start to lift up. Engage belly button towards spine. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. And then when you're ready, you can bend into your knee and release your strap underneath your knee. And then if you have a wall nearby, or the chair will do, place that behind you. Trying to think. This could even sometimes, if you have your door and your door is closed, you could use this too. If you have your chair on top of your mat, it might slide. So mine's a little slidey. I want this to support me as I sit, okay? So, trying to think. Yeah. We'll use this at the end, the chair. So I apologize, we'll put that to the side. And then what we are going to do is place our rolled blanket to the side. Open, so bend your knees and open up through your hips. Like I said, if you have something to support your back, this would be great. But if you don't, it just won't be, it'll be less of restorative. But again, you can still bring in your strap. Bring the strap to your sacrum, lower back. And then I'm going to take it below my knees and tie. Let's see if this will work. Yes, it works. Okay. So try to stay lengthened through your spine when you sit like this. You can place your hands below your knees. So this is going to help open up through your pelvis. Now, depending on where you're at in your cycle, this could be helpful for you to open up the pelvis, or it could be extenuating to you, so it could be contradicted. For some women, this is a great pose to come into after you're done bleeding. So you've already gone through your cycle, okay? But if you're, like I said, if you're on your cycle, then we're going to straighten through the knees. I'm going to bring blocks underneath my knees. Support. I still have the seat underneath, the pillow underneath my seat. And you're just going to pull this strap into your lower back forward. So it's pulling forward, but then you're staying lengthened through your spine. Take a breath. Exhale out. And then after you're done with your ocean breath, just allow that to come back to your natural breath. Maybe loosen the grip on your fists holding your strap, just enough that you're still supporting your lower back. And if your eyes are closed, try to only keep them half closed. So you just want a tiny little shade of light in. And then focus your attention to your third eye. This is your sixth chakra. Helps to create to create more awareness for your higher self. And there's an aura color focused around this. It's a deep midnight blue sky. So if you want to just kind of envision looking at a starry midnight blue sky, maybe releasing a little bit more of a grip onto your strap. And then mindfully, maybe feeling the cool wind hitting your skin, almost like it's just kissing your skin. And still feeling the heat around your sacral space, keeping you warm. And then even though we're moving into another phase of the moon, so out of dark moon, gently coming into first quarter, just observing and feeling the energy from that moon. No matter what phase that she is in, she supports you in your cycle. Gently release your strap even a little bit more. On your next breath, slowly begin to open your eyes, bringing awareness to your physical surroundings, just enough so that you're going to be physically aware of your next movement. Still mindfully focused to your third eye. Gently release your strap, bend into your knees, Bring your feet into the floor. Place your blocks to the side. And then, now I'm gonna give you an option. You can either stack 2 pillows on top of each other, just beneath the seat of your chair. And then one small little blanket folded in half and then into quarter, and then to another quarter, just in front of your pillows. Or you can use all blankets. So this is going to determine how much you're lifted. We're going to come into a restorative posture. And then you can choose to wrap this around if you want that extra support. So again, it'll be wrapped around your lower back, your sacrum. And I think I tied mine a little too tight. There we go. So I just have my strap wrapped so that if I want to, I can tie it. I'm going to place my glutes closest to the chair legs. I'm going to place my bottom half of my legs, so at my knees, on top of my chair. Okay. If you want to, you can also place a blanket on top of your chair so it's not so cold. And then you're going to inch yourself down onto your elbows and then lower all the way down onto your head. Now there's going to be nothing underneath your head right now, okay? The only thing that's underneath you is from your shoulders down to your glutes. So you're a little bit raised, a little bit more raised from your glutes. And then you just have a small little bit of space underneath your back, okay? Bring the feet, the bottoms of your feet together into Bhakratasana. So it's going to be a reclined version. And when in this, I want you to try to keep your feet together. This is where this will come in. You can tie your strap or your scarf below your knees again. So that you're able to be supported and kept there. Okay. Place your hands just over top of your belly. And just begin to notice the natural rhythm of your belly with each inhale and exhale. And then just observe the space between the ground and your glutes. The elevation of the glutes and your legs, and how it can start to restore your body. And since your body is being restored, allow your mind to also be restored. You can shift your focus back to your third eye. Remember, just a slight light in through the eyes. Just don't close them all the way. And if you're able to, you can focus back in to the midnight blue sky, stars shining, and the first quarter of the moon starting to peek through. Allow your breath to come back to the natural cadence of your breath. Allow this posture to restore the organs in your body. To soften your body. The muscles, the ligaments, the connective tissue or fascia. And then send awareness to your toes and your fingers. And you can begin to open your eyes again. You can undo your knot or your strap. And then close your knees and then roll onto your side and then press yourself up. And then our final restoration, just gonna push my chair out of the way, is going to involve as many props as you might need. So for me, I have 2 pillows. And they're going to be lined up against each other. So one and then the next. So the one's at the top of my mat and one's, I should say, the back of my mat, and one's in the middle of my mat. And then I am going to place, you can use blocks or pillows, or I'm sorry, blocks or blankets underneath your knees. If you don't want to keep your bottoms of your feet together, that's absolutely fine. You can lengthen them from your hips. But what you'll do is bring the pillow down to the bottom of your glutes. So you're not sitting on them, you're just going to lie back onto the pillow. Take your shoulders and create a space between the pillows so that the top pillow is just supporting your head and your shoulders drop down between the pillows. Okay? If your legs are lengthened from your hips, allow your feet to fall open. And then you can even place a blanket over yourself for Shavasana. Or you can prop your blocks underneath your knees when you bring your feet together into the bound ankle pose. So playing with however you would like to. When you come down, again, adjust your shoulders so they drop down towards your mat and your pillows just supporting your head. You have a nice lifted heart. And then your arms are going to come up like cactus arms so that your shoulders are again underneath the pillow and your arms are just lying beside your outside rim of your pillow. And then you, like I said, you have the option of placing a blanket over your body, because you will tend to get cold here. And we are here for the next 5 minutes or so. No need to try to count or anything. I will do that for you. You just relax and surrender into Shavasana. And just a reminder, you can focus in on the mantra Sat Nam, or your affirmation, I am, and then fill in the blank. Start to bring awareness to your breath. And observe where the breath lies in your body right now. Shift your focus to your mind. And just notice. Bring your awareness to your physical body. Start to bring movement into your body. Small movements with the fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can shift onto your one side. Draw your knees into your chest and your arm underneath your head for support. And when you're ready, you can come on up to seated. And in seated, bring your hands to your heart. Draw your shoulders down your back. Take a breath. Exhale out your lips. And on our next breath, let's share a breath together. Inhale. Exhale out your lips. Start to blink your eyes open. The love and the light in me honors the love and light in you. Namaste. Beautiful job.